Hey YouTube, it's Brian, Cody Bear Ranch. Well, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been quite some time since I last spoke to you guys. You know, we're still adjusting from the great flood of 2024. Um, I just back here admiring the chickens. You know, we got a temporary coop set up at our temporary shelter right now. And I was thinking I need to do a video. You know, we're getting back at it, of course. Got the new property cleared. It's 100% cleared the way I want it. Waiting on the power company to come set the pole. They've been supposed to came 3 weeks ago, but still waiting. But yeah, we're trucking along still here, guys. We you know, one day at a time. I just want to do a little update. You know, we haven't got any goats yet. You know, like I said, our temporary shelter here we're living in, you know, I just don't have the room for goats back here. But we're able to get our chicken flock back up and going. I think we've got somewhere around 45 to 50 right now, and got some more in the incubator. But here's our, just like I said, a little makeshift coop we got going on here. We came across an old child's playhouse and swing, you know, all that good stuff, and I'm like, hey, that'd make a great little coop for now. And then of course a dog home, you know, it's perfect. They love it. Anyhow, it's our girls. It goes back in there, got all this elderberry growing, and it's great for these chickens, you know. Chickens, the elderberries are great for their health. They provide plenty of shade and coolness on the ground level for them. So we figured, hey, this is going to be a great place to put a coop. And we got some littles right here. Came across this little coop on Marketplace. People in our area is giving it away for free, and I'm surprised we were quick enough to go get it, you know. So we snagged it. Of course, we still got this old Tractor Supply coop. It's seen better days, but it's still with us. You know, it made it through the great flood of 24 also. You know, remember some of my old videos, you know, I had goats standing all on top of it, and they just destroyed it, you know. But, you know, it's still kicking. We got some little silkies in there. But yeah, I got, like I said, getting the chicken flock back up, get some good numbers. We're getting plenty of eggs, and we'll be selling chicks and laying hens and all that stuff come next spring for sure. I said I just got a little area fenced off for them. Perfect size for now. You know, they got that chute where all that elderberry is over there. And I know some of you people's been with me for a while. Remember T-Rex? He's a trooper. He's still with us. Doing great as ever, ornery as ever, but he's doing good. We've got maybe that speckle right there. She's a trooper. She's from the ranch. She made it through the great flood. All the other ones are pretty much new. We've grabbed here and there and all that stuff. Reason I got T-Rex in a cage because we just introduced this new young rooster to the flock. All these little black hens you see everywhere, that's all T-Rex's offspring, so we wanted to get a little bit more color in here. So we got him. I named him Sideways because you go in there, he comes at you sideways. But he's still young. Look, he's got little nubs for spurs. But he's doing his job. Hey girls, how we doing? This is our Easter egger, Cochin, and whatever T-Rex is mix. They will lay colored eggs. The ones that you see with that poof on the side of their face, there's their mamas right there. That's a Cochin and Easter egger mix. But yeah, we wanted to get some new blood in here, so unfortunately for T-Rex, you know, I had to put him up for now because he would just tear apart that young rooster right now. Right, buddy? But you're good. We move him every week. You know, we'll move him to a fresh spot of grass. Like I said, this is all temporary, guys. I'm working on the new ranch over there. Slowly but surely, you know, we'll be heading over there once we get the infrastructure in. And I'm going a little bit different route this time, which I'm not saying it's the right route. No right or wrong way of doing it, but as you remember, you know, when we first moved out here behind the pine curtain, I started, you know, I brought it, we already had animals where we moved from. So I put more thought and effort into our livestock than what I did our house. Which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You know, if you want to do this for a living, you want to sell livestock and raise livestock, all that stuff, that's not a bad thing to do. But this time I'm doing it a little bit different. I'm starting with the house first, get that knocked out, get that out of the way, and then I'm going to bring in the goats and all that stuff. But like I said, we were here, we were bored. I was like, I'm gonna go get let's start the chickens back up. Let's get these guys going. I think we got between 45 and 50 of them out here. My wife knows the correct number. But yeah, guys, I just want to give y'all a little update. Like I said, it's been a year since I've talked to you guys. Well, maybe not that long. I guess my last video was before we cleared the new property over there. But yeah, we're still trucking along out here, Southeast Texas. Hey, girls. We got that little frizzle right there. We got two little frizzles. One's in that blue coop over there. We got a frizzle hen somewhere running around here. But yeah, guys, we're getting back at it. It's gonna be a while before we get some really good content for you guys, I guess. I don't know. Some of this is cool. It's cool to me. You know, I like raising chickens and all these animals and stuff. So yeah, like I said, we got some more in the incubator right now with Sideways. He's gonna be the daddy of those guys. So we're gonna see what we got coming out of there. Oh, there's that old frizzle. She's a trooper too. She's from the ranch. She's one of the only 4 or 5 that survived the Great Flood of 24. She's doing good. She lost some feathers on her back there, but they're growing back in real good. What is it, Bodie? This little rooster right here is mean. He ain't got no spurs or nothing. He's just all talk, but he's cool. Why, YouTube? All you guys, family, friends, everybody that watches my videos, please like and subscribe. Like I said, you know, I got more coming. We're gonna get the ranch up and running again and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, what's kind of funding all of this for is some of you that know us from way back, you know that we used to have a resale store and we used to do all that type stuff. But we recently started back up an eBay store, and we mainly sell vintage items, you know, vintage toys, electronics, clothing. You know, we got antique stuff and we got some new modern stuff on there, but we started that back up to kind of, you know, we got to have money coming in somehow. You know, this stuff ain't gonna build itself. But any of you guys, interested in that kind of stuff, please check us out on eBay. It's Rachel's Rummage is her is the store name, and we've got a lot of items on there, something for everybody basically. Y'all check that out. Like I said, it's Rachel's Rummage on eBay. And send me a message or something. Say, hey, I like to buy this out of your store. I'll give you a discount. Like I said, there's something for everybody. Well, all right, YouTube, like I said, I'm gonna get off here real quick, and I'll start pumping out some new videos as we're building over there. Like I said, I'm just waiting on that power pole to be set. The energy company, they supposed to did it 3 weeks ago, but hasn't done it yet. But we'll see. All right, I'll see y'all on the next one.